Epic drop.
How's it going? Here we are, me and the kid. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, guys?
So we're out to do our very first shop tour / driver history video, however you want to call it. I call it shop tour. We're gonna see what happens. So it's raining, but luckily we'll be inside. So let's follow along in the journey and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, this is cool. This is our first shop tour video. You know me, and you may know this guy if you race local kart racing, involved in any racing. We're in the shop of Vern Laforest, and we're just going to talk about racing. We're going to talk about what he's up to this year, where he started everything. He's going to show us around, show us what he's got going on, and we're just going to talk about that. So, Vern.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us out.
Thanks for coming out.
I guess we'll just start with, I don't know, just show us around. Show us what you're working on. Show us if you got any cool memorabilia or anything, and we'll just kind of go from there.
No cool memorabilia, just some NASCAR stuff. I know everyone will like that flag that's hanging there. Kyle Busch.
Well, you can either go one way or the other.
Yeah, right. But
it's either.
I don't, as much as I love racing, and you know everyone knows me, I love racing. They think I'd have like everything draped and pinned up racing. I just not like that, right?
Yep.
But this is the shop I work in. Obviously, not just getting my karts ready, but I do my side business. I do dismounts and mounts of tires.
Yep.
During the week, when I get home, on the weekends, whatever. I got the tire cutting machine over there to do kart tires. I do that for a few people. And also on the any chance I get, usually on the weekends. So remember I told you something about tap handles, right?
Yeah.
Just a quick little thing. So I make these tap handles for work. I'm a craft beer manager for a distributor, and I make those, and they're distributed all along New York and New Jersey.
Nice.
New Jersey is a law; you have to have one. We send a keg, you have to have a tap handle.
Yeah.
So work asked me if I could do that. That started a few years ago, so I do that on my free time also.
Nice.
So I'm busy. I'm busy a lot. It's not just with the karting; it's side stuff too.
Yeah.
Right. It's what
Keeps you sane.
it keeps us sane and helps pay the bills a little easier.
There you go, right.
In this crazy world that we're in. But far as karting, I've been in it for 22 years.
That's a long time.
22 years. My father-in-law and brother-in-law, Paul Yondon and Eric Yondon, got me in it 22 years. I started in 2002.
Yep.
Back then I think it was a much easier time, because when you went to the track, you had one tire,
Yep.
2 classes. You had 2 strokes and you had flatheads. That's all you had.
That's it.
You had to be 15 years old to run 2 strokes, and that was a senior class.
Yep.
One class.
One senior, 2 strokes.
That's it. 15 years and up.
Now see, this is cool because I don't know a lot of the history of karting here. So
Yeah.
I'm not all that versed on it. So we're talking to people who are going to watch this. You're also teaching me too. So this is exciting.
So you must know that before that they were racing 3-wheelers at that track years ago.
I think I may have heard that.
Years ago, it was like a little road course type thing with
Yeah.
a couple whoops.
Yeah.
And then involved in the karting and whatnot. So I started in 2-strokes, and then the other class I was there was flatheads. That was it. So the flatheads were built to suit age and weight.
Yeah.
Right? Restrictor plate, weight, age, all that. So it was so simple.
Yeah.
The classes were big. Every night we went, there was 80, 90 carts. We didn't get out till 1:30 in the morning. We had 2 heats then,
Yeah.
and the main.
Yep.
So it's been really great. Now I think it's gotten more complex because now we have all these tires, we have all these motors,
Yep.
we have these rules for this class and then that class, and then everyone's trying something different, which I'm up for anyone trying anything different.
Right.
But I think the big problem is, and I understand people are coming up with ideas to try to make karting better.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be. It's not going to be no longer.
Well, and it seems like in this area, it's,
Yep.
it's kind of, I want to say dying off, but it's tailing.
So if you go, 4 hours west,
Yeah.
totally different story.
Go south.
South, totally different story. But up here, I don't really know what the root cause of it dying out is. I don't know. But now we got all the tires, different motors, classes, and all that. So you're putting maybe a handful in this class, so you got all these small classes. Back when I started, my God, there was 10, 12, 16 in every single class,
Yeah.
which was cool. The uncool thing was I don't miss getting out at 1:30 in the morning every Friday. But it was something. So I started out with 2-strokes, did that for a few years.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever blew up many engines as I ever have in that class.
Yeah,
Blew
yeah.
up a lot, but fast. They were just temperamental. And I had all the temperamental parts on my side. So I did pretty good in that. So fast forward about, say, 4 years, 5 years.
Yep.
They started dying. 2-strokes started dying out. I don't even know why. So I'm like, well, go to flatheads. So I went to flatheads. Back then we had a 35 and over class.
Okay.
Age, right?
Yep.
That was a big class. Then had the super heavy class. That was a big class.
Yep.
So that's the way I went with flat carts for a while, and I did that for quite a few years. And then around 2000, 2016, something like that. I don't remember the exact year. Must have been before that. So I got in an accident in a race, put me out of work for 4 months.
Oh wow, what happened?
I was racing other guys on the backstretch. We got side by side, and the cart just went sideways, and it flipped. It didn't flip side to side. It flipped nose to bumper.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I came out of it, and I broke my wrist and sprained, fractured everything else, and road rash. So 4 months I was out. But as soon as they cleared me, I was right back in it. Okay. So I did that for a couple years, and I took a pause on it because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So right around we're 2020. So like 2020.
Yeah.
2019 or 2020. I want to get back in it.
Yeah.
Told the wife, if I'm getting back in it, I'm getting new stuff, new trailer, new cart, new chassis, everything.
Yeah.
I'm not even messing around.
Yeah.
Of course, I pick it when COVID hits. Perfect time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, well, we'll just do it, whatever. So then I got hooked up with Ward and Seth Martin.
Yeah.
They were currently still in karting, and they helped me out tremendously. They built me a motor. I got a chassis from them.
Yep.
Fairly new, and I was back in it again. And that's when the Predators started really coming along.
Yeah.
And I really thought the Predator was really going to take off because they're very low budget and there was just as fast as flatheads.
Yeah.
Fast forward now, class is dead. It's done.
And there's no flatheads.
There's no flatheads.
No flatheads.
But now I hear the flatheads will be introduced. They can run them in one of the unlimited treaded tire classes.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good idea because there's so many people that have flatheads sitting on their wall that's been there for years because no one runs them. So that's a way, you know, people can use engines that are sitting on their wall instead of just looking at them.
Everyone runs clone.
Right.
Clone's the name.
And that's really what it is. It's either now it's treaded tires or it's clone.
Yeah.
That's the way you got to go.
Yeah.
So I made the decision. So I got back in it 2019 or 2020. I don't remember what day it was or what year. Got with Seth and Ward. They helped me out tremendously. I still work with them right up till now, but they got their big car. Yeah. Very busy.
Yep. Seth is running the big car.
I go to Utica once in a while. I help them anytime I can, especially if I'm not racing at Dodge.
Yeah.
And they still do some stuff for me. Great people. They're awesome.
Nice.
So now,
what are you doing this year?
Well, this will be my second week coming Friday. This thing right here. This is the Stage 1 Predator. So I just kind of put the kibosh on my flat card over there.
Yep.
I kind of put the kibosh on that. That's what I was using for the Predator class, regular Predator Pro they called it.
Yep.
But it's like I said, it's dying. There's like 1 or 2 people and that's it.
Yeah.
This class is taking off. The other treaded classes are taking off.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
First time I ever ran one was last week. We had, I don't know, 9 or 10, I think.
Yep. I think it was 9.
9.
9. I saw 9.
I didn't do too bad. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing out there with these tires. It felt so weird, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
You go where you ain't going with a slick tire. It's amazing, and you can make it go around on the top side where you take a slick tire. Yeah. Forget about it. You ain't going anywhere up there.
Yeah. Once you get in the marbles.
But I held third for quite a long time. The last couple laps, like I said, setup wasn't quite right. I got past, so 4th out of 9. I'll take that.
First time out.
First time out.
No complaints.
So this here is Russell Dyer's car.
Okay. Yep.
He had put this together beginning of the year. He wanted to get one together. He offered me to run it when I can, which is pretty cool. I just wish he would take it back every Friday night so he could clean it and bring it back clean for me.
You hear that, Russ? I'm gonna tag you in this when this comes out. Says he wants you to do the cleaning part of it. You're the owner. You're supposed to have the staff. He's a helmet. He just shows up with the helmet and drives, man.
That's what I want to do. I really think if he takes it and cleans it, it'll make me a better driver. Right?
There you go. So are you gonna run this the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I really like it.
You like that?
I forgot to add that part. I really like racing this.
Nice.
It was the first night in it, but the people, the racers, a lot of them I knew.
Yeah.
Some of them I didn't know. But more people might know me than what I think, even though if I don't know them because I've been around for so long.
Yeah.
Very respectable.
Yeah. Good.
Racing.
Good.
Which was great.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I was going to go out there and get ping ponged around and, you know, who's this guy and whatever. But no, it was very respectable racing and I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite races I've done.
Nice. Good.
So I plan on sticking with it. Don't have to worry about bringing your slick tires in every week and washing them. And you want to put them in the sunlight in the rain for the week to get all the prep out of it that you use, that you've got to dump into it, right? Which is crazy. These here, bring them home, give them a surface grind, throw them back on.
Yep.
Do a little stagger.
Yeah.
You know, last Friday, I got my trailer right when I get there, right? The night before that, I had my son fill up all the water jugs and everything, so I was ready. I get to the track, I start taking out my sink, I start taking out my water. I'm like, I don't need this. I'll start taking out my table to get stuff ready. I'm taking out my prep and everything. I'm like, don't need that either.
No, don't need this.
It's more relaxing.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So if you got setup issues, you got more time you can focus on that. You're not taking tires off, washing them.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other thing, but definitely enjoy it. And I hope it keeps going like that and the classes keep building. I really think it is going that way for this class is the treaded tires. Good. And I think a lot of it is because of the expense of slicks.
Yep.
Well, if you're going to run Burris, you know, definitely you're doing that new Reaper deal. That's definitely a lot cheaper.
Lot more cost effective. I mean, we started with the mower tires, the treadeds, and got out of slick because I didn't want to do You know, Aaron ran box stock for like half a season.
Yeah.
Back when you were what, 6? So 7 years ago now already. And I was like, I can't do this. I said, I can't. You've got guys in the class who I'm like, it's box stocks for here. Trailer full of tires, all this stuff, and I'm going, I got 2 cents, and I'm not doing this game.
Right.
But you know, with the Reaper coming back in, you know, it's that.
There's still some work you got to do to the Reaper, especially up here.
Yep.
Out west, I think it's a totally different game with them, but out here, it's in prep. You know, you buy a quarter prep, it's $35 for a quarter prep. It doesn't last you a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so the whole money aspect of it and the tire game of it, you shouldn't have to take a slick tire. When I first started, I go to my father-in-law, I'm like, so we got to take a slick tire with no tread and dump stuff in it to make it work, to get traction. He's like, yeah. I'm like, why does that sound so wrong? It sounds so wrong.
Everything should be on treads. I'm just telling you right now, my personal opinion. Whether it's these, whether it's a racing tire with treads, treaded racing tire, everything should be on treads. But
we're on dirt.
You're fighting a big uphill battle.
You're fighting a big uphill battle.
Battle with that one.
So really, if you want to stick with clone, you're going to be on slick tires. You're going to be more likely here. You're going to be on Reapers, especially at Dodge City.
Oh yeah.
Some of the other tracks don't even implement that yet. But
are you just going to be racing at Dodge on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm 52.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm 30.
Yeah.
28. I don't have much desire to go traveling around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to go to the home track and have fun there.
Yeah.
You know, I've had my time.
Yeah.
Probably the time will come where I'll just be going to help people.
Yeah.
You know, I get enjoyment out of that too.
Yeah.
So other than that, I will still be cutting tires. Like I just started doing that last year.
Yep.
Got a few customers with that. They're very happy with them.
Good.
That's my cuts right there, Apex cuts. I'm glad I did this, you know, more than before we get to halfway through the year because I really enjoy this.
Good.
This is a cool class, and they look cool.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yes, they do.
They look cool.
So no more flat card for you.
No.
No. Not even gonna pull it out for a money race or two.
No.
No.
No. I got so much going on. Like I said, I got my tire. I'm busy with that. My dismount and mount truck tires, trailer tires, weekly. I just picked up another 2 today. So there's nights I come home, I do that. On the weekends, is when I do that.
Yeah.
I'm real busy. I don't have a lot of time to mess around with karting. When it comes to cleaning it, getting the oil change, make sure everything's good. That's enough for me because I don't have the time.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And then the Adirondack chairs. I got people wanting me to build Adirondack chairs again. I used to do that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I got the interest in that again. So it's like, man, there's, you know, and then you got your whole home life, making time for the family, make sure you don't get wrapped up in your mind.
Yeah.
And I always told Carrie, if I get wrapped up, what seems that I'm getting wrapped up, tell me to whoa it up.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I do. I get blind out here.
Yeah.
Right? So I gotta make time for that and just you know, the yard work and the maintenance. And I got my mom is right next door.
Yeah.
I got the yard to do over there and the housekeeping to do there. Anything that needs fixing.
So you're
very busy.
You're in a good spot where you can just minimal. I want to say minimal effort, but it's it's minimal. It's effort, but it's not extensive, and you can go have fun. At the end of the day, you get your fix, as it were.
And trust me, when I go out, I want to make sure that everything is perfect.
Yeah.
When I go out, I don't want to go out there and not know that I didn't do everything I should have done the previous week leading up to it to make sure I was doing okay.
Right.
Any, you know, running someone else's car.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have any highlights of when you're racing? That any special moments? Any meaningful? Any major? I mean, everyone's got maybe a few major.
I think one of the biggest ones is when I was still in two-stroke.
Yeah.
For the life of me, I could not beat my father-in-law. He was like the king of two-strokes there.
Yeah.
If you were to beat somebody, Paul Yondon was the guy to beat.
Yeah.
And there was a race Friday night that I beat him, and I just thought that was the greatest thing. So
Yeah.
I'm like, geez, finally, after how long? And then we went to Kuroga. Kuroga
Yeah.
was open. Kuroga was huge then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad right now with what it's come to. But
Well, I mean, even when like, you know, we were getting in it, or I was starting to think about getting in it back when I was motor racing, that was the thing. I knew people who were racing cars. You go to Dodge on Friday, turn around, you go to Kuroga Saturday. And I went up there to test a mower, and it was packed.
yeah,
It was packed. I mean, there was a ton of people. There's a ton of people at Dodge. There's a ton of people. That's what you did. You raced 2 nights a week.
Yep.
You went to Dodge on Friday. You went to Kuroga on Saturday.
yep.
And now you go to Dodge on Friday, and everyone goes to the Valley. It seems like.
Yeah, now everyone's going to the Valley.
The Valley, and then,
Well,
or doing the Valley Trot thing, which I'd say no, I wouldn't do that. I can't imagine doing
No,
that.
no, I couldn't either. But
Anyway, back to your story.
It's sad. It is sad to see what Kuroga's come to. I would have never thought it would ever. I never thought it would be growing weeds now on the track.
Yeah.
That facility was so nice, and the carts that would bring. It was probably the nicest track around for many, many hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we would go there quite a few times, and I beat him up there too,
Yep.
which was that was cool too. But I don't really have any big moments. I'm not much of a showboater at all. I'm not much of make big deals about anything in general
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So I maybe had some good times, and I'd be like, yeah, it's all right. It's cool.
Yeah. Right.
Right? And I had some other moments when I was running the flatheads when I first got into that. Won some races with that because there was back then there was a lot of guys that were when you showed up. Yeah, I got to beat him. I got to beat him. I got to beat him. Had a couple nights where I beat him, and him.
Yeah.
They came very few,
Yeah.
but the nights worked out well for me. And yeah, I had some good times then. I don't regret any decisions that I made. Definitely made some people upset on the way. But, I mean, you can't worry about that.
Yeah.
Because you're not perfect, they're not perfect.
Right.
They're going to make mistakes, you're going to make mistakes. Even though we don't say it right then.
maybe a couple years down the road you meet up with, you know what, so I just want to say back in 10 years ago, remember this? He's going to go, oh yeah, I remember, I wanted to clock you so bad.
Oh, you're still peed off over that, huh?
So that's cool. So you're just, what are you going to do? What do you see yourself doing? You got kids? How many kids you got?
2 kids.
They want to race?
My oldest he'll be 30 next month.
Oh wow.
Right. He did race for a while. He raced 2 strokes with us.
Yep.
As soon as he turned 15, man, because he was doing flat cars for a long time.
Yep.
As soon as he turned 15, he always told me and his grandfather, I'm getting into 2-stroke. And he did. He did that for a few years. And then after they died, the 2 strokes died out.
Yeah.
He was pretty much done.
Yep.
And our youngest son, 22, he's more of, doesn't want to race it. What makes it a racer?
That makes sense.
What makes it turn?
Yep.
Why do you got to change the gears?
Yep.
What does what?
Crew chief.
Yeah. He wants to know the insides of everything.
Yep.
And that goes for anything,
Yeah.
right? He's he likes to know what makes things tick. He probably one day I see him as he'd make a great engineer or something like that. He really would. So that's up in the air. He says, you never know, I might get in it one night at Dodge. Great. I would never push him though. If you think you're ready to do it, we're ready to do it, right?
Yeah. When you want it, we'll do it. That's how I do with these guys.
Right.
You want to do it, you want to do it. You don't want to do it, then you just won't do it. That's fine with me. I'm not living on any personal dreams through my kids.
Yeah. But other than that, no big highlights, no big races that I went to and won.
Yeah.
I never even really did that.
No, just kind of
Nope.
Friday nights.
No.
Maybe Saturdays at Kuroga.
I don't know why. I just had no interest in doing any of the big races.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't care enough.
Well, I don't know. Some people do it, some people don't.
Yeah.
You know, and it's no right or wrong reason for it. You know, if you're having a heck of a time and you're just tooling around, you're just going to your local track on Fridays, then you're still out there.
Now, if say Dodge just, what are their plans in the future? 50-year anniversary this year, I believe, right?
I think it is this
50 year.
year.
Say they were to, that would probably just put the nail in the coffin. I'm done. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not traveling the valley. I'm not traveling the Turkey Trot. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Because if I get out of it, that's a few more breaths I can take. Okay, I got a little more time now.
More time, yeah.
Right?
Yep. So for now, just drive Dyer's cart and finish out the year.
That's pretty much.
See what happens.
That's pretty much it. I had the bright idea. So when I first got into racing in 2020, I bought a trailer,
Yeah.
which I gave to my father-in-law.
Yeah.
And it was a, what the heck was it, a 12-footer or something? So it was plain enough to get a car in
Yep.
and put up a shelf and all that. So fast forward 2 years, I had the bright idea. That's when I bought a brand new Fanatic
Yep.
from Ward. I want to race 2. So I went and I bought that trailer
Yep.
so I could put 2 in it.
Yep.
That lasted 1 race. So I raced. I did the Predators because then it was a pretty good class.
12, 15, maybe 8 or 9.
Oh no, it wasn't that.
Wasn't that?
No, somewhere around 8.
Okay.
It never grew to be like that.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do the flatheads.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to race that one every night. I'm going to race that the same night. Nope, couldn't do it. As soon as I got out of the Predator one, I jumped in the flat cart. No time to do anything,
Yeah.
and I was exhausted. I think the Predator race I won. Then I jumped in the flat cart,
Yeah.
or the other flat cart
Yeah.
for the flatheads. And I don't even know where I started. There was a good amount of people, and I got up to second, and I was following behind Mike Farina. You might know him.
Yeah.
Anybody know Mike Farina?
Anyone know Mike for Hollywood?
Probably
That name
not.
ring a bell?
Probably not.
No. Who's
Well,
he?
I was following behind him. He wasn't getting away.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't catching him. Then my head started just falling back like this. I couldn't hold it up anymore.
Yeah.
There was like 2 laps left.
Yeah.
And I pulled off the track because I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't see. I was like this. I physically couldn't hold my head
How'd
up.
that feel the next morning?
I felt okay. I felt like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of BS over that from some people. Yeah. But after that, I'm like, geez, there's no room in between the classes to do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, sold it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sold it. So yeah, 1 race lasted that, and that's why I bought that trailer.
Well, now you got more than enough room to move around it.
Well, I got more enough room, and I use it for storage in the winter.
Yeah.
I just throw everything in there,
Yep.
just stack it up. So I guess there was a pro to that, I guess.
So what else? Got anything else?
Um,
Sit here. I'll ask one question, and because I see you on Facebook, and you're very vocal about karting in general, and so we kind of let off with some opinions on
Yeah.
karting. So
Yeah.
you've been since what 2002 you said, so it's a long time. We're talking 20 plus years.
I've seen a lot.
Seen a lot.
I've seen just about all of it.
What do you think has been the biggest positive change and the biggest negative change in those 20 years?
Biggest positive change.
We'll start with a positive first.
So we want truth, right?
I
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't see a whole lot of positive.
Okay.
I really don't. I seem to where it was so simple with 2 classes and a tire
Mm-hmm.
to all these classes, small classes,
Yeah.
all these tires, motors, just everything. I'm like, geez, that's crazy.
Yeah.
This can be limited. It really can. People need to work together more. Tracks need to work together more. Tracks will never work together now.
No.
They just won't. They just won't. Honestly, there is no positives I can take out of it.
Okay. Biggest negative.
Too many classes. Too many tire classes. Too many motor classes.
Yep.
If I had the choice,
Yep.
and if I could change the way karting was, I'd be like, it's cloned. And that's it. Just like flatheads way back, it's cloned and you built to suit.
Yeah.
On age, weight,
Yep.
restrictor plate, all that.
Yeah.
It would just strictly clone,
Mhm.
and that's it.
You gotta simplify things.
Simplify it. And pick a tire.
Yeah.
One tire.
Yep. Yep.
That's what I would like to see.
Well, time will tell, right?
Time will tell, and I don't think it's going to change.
It's tough because we're in our immediate vicinity, right? There's 3 tracks,
Right.
and it's you got to travel. Well, actually, it's going to be 4 because Greenfield's opening up.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But Brandon's
This weekend?
That is this week.
It is.
Brandon's pretty good with. He's got a good head on his shoulders. So, but at some point, people have to take a look around, and you think would step back and go, we need to change something, but it's
The thing is, no one. I can't say no one wants to change. I think the problem is, it's like they don't want to commit to say anything. Like, say you're a track promoter.
Yeah.
This is the rules now. It's going to be this motor. It's built how it is. You get 1 tire. That's the start of it. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to do that, and that is a tough decision because what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But if you put people in that, you think of it the other side. But if you put people in that predicament, okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do this motor. We're gonna have to do this tire. We want to continue to race, or we're gonna go travel 2.5, 3 hours to this other track,
Right.
where we can just keep doing what we're doing.
Right. Well, makes sense.
And you might get a couple weeks where that track is gonna hurt, but if you just stick to it,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of people, they just shove it down the promoters' tracks. No, we can't do that. This is what you should do. This is what you should do.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. This is what I should do.
Right.
And I think some tracks, they just get walked over and they're letting it happen. And I think that's where we are today. Tires, classes, motors, just everything. It's ridiculous.
I'm sure there's a solution out there. I just hope that someone finds it. 'Cause
Well, it's got to happen soon.
I would agree with you.
So I think in 2 years, but I think I know where it's going in 2 years. I think it's going to this,
Yeah.
and I don't think Cologne's ever going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 classes
Yeah.
that it's going to be focused on.
Well,
I think this here in the last couple of years, these tire classes has grown. It's got a lot of interest. Friday night, I was talking to some people,
yeah.
and they're like, next year, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And one of them was a clone guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, why do we race? Aaron, why do we race? Right? Why do we race? You can answer off camera. It's fine. We're not editing it out. Why do we race? Because it's...
Fun.
Say it louder.
Fun.
It's fun. Why do we race? Because it's fun, right? And it has to be fun. And if this is what it takes to, we're the ground floor for this stuff, and we did it for simplicity and for fun.
Right.
That's why we came up with the idea. So, but this is not about me; it's about you. So,
Well, simplicity, you can't get more simple than
no,
this tire.
no,
You can.
or cheaper.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta. No. Yeah.
Yeah, or cheaper, simpler.
Oh, wait a minute. I need 4 more tires. Oh, eBay.
Yeah, we just paid $60.
My house in 3 days.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. $110 for 4 of them, whatever. But you get my point. This is simple. There's no leaving it out in the rain, and you're not washing them. And it's like big car racing,
Yeah.
right? Bring them home, grind them up from that Friday night of racing, throw them back on, do a little stagger maybe,
Yep. Call it that.
call it a day. I love it.
Yeah. That was the intent. Trust me.
And I'll be honest with you. A couple years ago, when these were really being introduced, these treaded tire classes, someone said something to me. I says, "It'll be a cold day in hell if I go to these. I will quit." I'm not in hell. It is hot out.
It is hot out. And you haven't quit yet.
And I haven't quit yet. So,
that's funny. That is funny.
shame on me.
Well, you're having fun.
I'm
You know what? It suits where you're at, what you want to do for racing.
I think it does because for me, like I said, I'm 52, and but I'm still racing against some younger guys. But it's a mix. I think this class really brings out a mix of ages.
Yeah.
You know, from my age to, I don't know, older teenager, I guess they're out there maybe.
Yeah.
So you got a whole mix in there, which them younger kids really should respect the old guys out there and cut us some breaks.
So,
but I feel like a teenager when I'm out there.
Yeah.
You know what it is? You just block everything out.
Yeah.
No matter what you're racing.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, absolutely.
But
So-
yeah, this is where I am. I think this is where I'm going to stay until I'm done. Hope things turn around.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be treaded tires and clones. That's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Predator's done. Predator class.
Yeah.
Predator class.
Yeah.
The pro Predator class. That's probably next year is going to be done. There's actually a money race coming up again in August, I think, for that.
Yeah.
Which we just had one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And 4 showed up.
Showed up. Yeah.
And if it wasn't a money race, there would have only been 2.
Yeah.
So that tells you that class is
Yeah.
pretty much done. So I told my father-in-law, if you want to keep going, get some panels.
Yeah. There you go. So, anything else, Dad?
No, I think that's about it. Got some old junk tires if you want to film those.
I love it because I'm totally not editing any of this. I'm just gonna watch it through to make sure it sounds good. Even this part, I'm like, it's whatever. So, guys, the way I like to do this and the way I like to do this stuff, my podcast, everything, is I'm editing, unedited, uncut. What you see is what you get. It's all normal. It's all natural. It's just we're just talking, right? And
That's it.
and that's how it should be. That's the authentic. You come here. It's not doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be professional. Come to the shop, talk to you about racing.
Yeah.
Tell me whatever you want to talk about.
And I
that's
think
fine.
it's great, but I'm out here. I mean, if you were to see my wife and ask, I mean, I'm out here a lot of times till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Could be this. I could be doing tires for vehicles. I could be doing brake work or front end work on vehicles, doing the tap handles, doing other carpentry. I mean, it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
The reason why I do it so much during the week is because I don't want my weekends to be jammed up.
Yeah.
I want to be able to enjoy my weekends.
I understand that.
I don't want it all jammed up. So I'll sacrifice time at night and be out here late.
Yeah. Yep.
And I definitely don't think I'm the only one. I think there's plenty of people out there that think the same thing.
I remember when we were racing, I was out. It was 11 o'clock every night out in the shop.
Yeah.
You know, with the 2 to 4 carts. You know, how many kids were racing at the time? It was a lot of work.
I mean, just to clean up one cart and change the oil and get it ready and do the little tweaks on it. One cart, that takes a couple hours or more.
Yeah.
Then you get 2, 3, 4. Good
I
Lord.
was doing 4 at one point.
Wow.
2 years ago it was 2. Did we do 2 last year?
No, we did 1 last year.
Did we just do Ava last year? Anyway.
Year
All
before
right,
that
so-
was 4.
So, I guess we'll wrap it up.
I think we're going to wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up. But I appreciate your time having us come out and
Yeah, I love it. It's a great idea.
talk to us, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll catch up again sometime and do it again. But if I was 25 years younger, there'd be a sportsman sitting in here for a fact.
Yeah.
For a fact.
Yep.
Seeing where karting went, if I knew then, which we always say that, right?
Hindsight's 2020, right?
Right. I definitely would have got a car, and I would have been racing a car. Yeah, they're more expensive. Yeah, they're more expensive when you tear it, but the simplicity of them karting is ridiculous. It really is.
You're not the first person to tell me that when it comes to cars versus karts and the ease of during the week. And I mean, obviously, if you wreck something, it's a
Yes, you do have that part. But you know what it's like just to freaking rack your brain of the setup and this and that.
Yeah.
And I know a few car guys, quite a few car guys that's gotten in, you probably know too, that's gotten in a kart. And they're like, wow, that drives so different. And the changes I made did not what I thought it was going to do for the good.
right.
You know, they're so different.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 25, 30 years ago, it would have been different. I would have had same tire, a little bit bigger. All right. Thank you.
So it's a few days after we had our fun conversation with Vern. I forgot to do a closing, so we're going to do it now before I go to edit and upload. So anyway, I had a lot of fun talking with Vern. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited to do these style of videos and get some behind the scenes of guys' shops and their programs and just hear them talk about their history and their opinions on racing. And it was fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So please like, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned for some more content coming out. We're going to be doing more of these videos and some more podcasts too. So appreciate you guys taking the time to check our stuff out. And we'll catch you on the flip side.
I don't want this. I need this.